Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of This Is My Bourbon podcast. Feels like we never left. Feels like we just did this.
We ain't going nowhere.
He's been singing that song all morning.
You can't stop us.
I'm your host.
We bad boys for life.
I'm your host, Perry. With me, as he always is, the one, the true, the only, Eric the Whiskey Mutant.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
What was that voice?
I don't know.
Hated it.
I don't know.
But we don't stop. We don't
don't
go
stop.
back and start over, ever. Actually, I've done that before.
Sometimes.
Yeah, every now and then.
Just depends.
How you doing?
Good.
It's cold out here.
It is cold.
It's really cold today.
I got thin pants on.
When I woke up, it was 20 degrees.
It sucks outside.
It does.
and it
It's
was
not
just
been
like
fun.
40, 50
Yeah.
a few days ago.
Yeah.
Kentucky weather.
Sucks quite a bit.
Hot take. Early
but,
hot take Kentucky weather.
But it doesn't suck that you are here and listening to or watching this episode of the podcast. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, whether you're watching it on YouTube or listening to it in your podcast app of choice. If you would like to also leave us a 5-star rating and review, you can do that, much like everybody did during the month of January, where some people got in on the giveaway.
Oh, we got to figure out who the winner is.
Oh, we're going to run that real soon. Real soon.
Run it
We got to run the giveaway for Splash.
Still?
Yeah,
I thought we already did that.
I haven't done it yet. I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, you are.
You can follow us on social media at My Bourbon Pod, at Whiskey Mutant. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, there's a whole bunch of bonus content that's over there, including the pregame chats, which comes out before every single episode. We are wrapping up our 6-week series of training for Matt Madness. We're calling it Mutant Madness. This week, Eric actually joins in on the fun because he is going to be competing in Matt Madness this year. I am so excited for that.
Nervous.
You are going to, so when this episode comes out, it's actually going to be that Friday.
Yeah.
That is going to, that's going to be your first round.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And then in a couple weeks after that, I'm going to be competing in my first round. Talking is very difficult for me today, apparently. I will be competing in my first round on Friday, February 24th. So tune in to ADHD Whiskey for that. And what else? All of our apparel and merchandise, bourbonshop.threadless.com. If you have questions or comments, you can send them to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. You can leave us a voicemail for the Barrel Ring segment at 859-428-8253. Got a Barrel Rings this week.
Oh, we do.
We got a lot of stuff this week.
Nice.
I love when we have good correspondence from our lovely listeners of the show. And I think that's it. Anything else? We'll get to a little bit of housekeeping here after.
I was getting ready to get to housekeeping.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to go ahead and
Let's
do that?
go do it right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it right now.
So, I am so stoked about this. And this came about because of a late night intrusive thought text, I think, that you had. Not a bad intrusive thought, but just kind of a like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
Yeah.
And sure enough, this did happen.
So this has to do with the live show and the This Is My Bourbon weekend.
Yes. We have our guests lined up for the live show here in Lexington. May 25th, I believe, is the date. I can't remember it exactly off the top of my head.
Let's just make sure.
He's gonna check.
Everybody listening to this has a chance to get in on this live show.
Everybody does indeed. If you want to find the first access to tickets,
27th.
Sorry,
Yes.
You can head to the Patreon, and that is where you're going to be able to do that.
The VIP stuff.
That is also going to include, all the tastings and everything that we're going to be doing, access to exclusive bottles. We're working on getting another pick together too for the weekend. I have. We'll talk about that after we're done. Because I got a little idea.
Okay,
I think we can make something happen.
We've pulled greater things off,
much like this.
Yeah.
A few months ago, we had this kind of idea to put Eric up against maybe the greatest bourbon pairer
A Hall of Famer.
in the game, a literal Hall of Famer, absolute bourbon royalty to Peggy No Stevens.
Yeah.
And when I reached out to her after Eric said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we got her for the live show? She said yes.
There we go.
And so the live show is going to feature our dear friend Peggy No Stevens and Eric going up against each other and pairing it up with Peggy.
Pairing with Peggy, baby.
And Eric.
Yeah, in parentheses.
and Perry's there.
Little bitty thing and Eric. Pairing with Peggy and Eric.
So it's basically going to be... there's a bunch of like different aspects of what this is going to look like.
Yeah, so I don't know, like part of it would be fun if it's competition, but part of it would be fun if it's a learning experience, and part of it would be fun if we just said, hey, I'm going to give you a snack cake and you give me a sweet treat, and then we pair them and just compare them together. You do a savory, I'll do a savory.
It's going to be all of that.
I think it will turn into a competition.
It is going to be all three of those things in one compact package.
And
here's the even more exciting part, I think.
The VIP.
Too. The VIP add-on.
Yeah, there's going to be a small...
We sound like we are just corporate shills trying to sell a product.
This is big.
This is actually really big, though. I'm so excited for it.
So, like we said, Patreon gets first access to the VIP weekend, and then live show tickets will go on sale for the general public. Well, those will be at capped at something, but, we got plenty of room for that. Then there is also on the Patreon VIP stuff an extra package for like a small group. We're going to keep it small because I think it needs to be small for what's going to happen. But there's going to be a Peggy tasting probably / pairing event for a small group of people who...
I mean, not probably. It's going to happen.
Well, I didn't know how in-depth it was going to be. But there's going to be an event with Peggy and a small group of people. I'll be there helping set it up. Perry will be there. And we're going to keep it small, so it's going to be a very limited thing. So we have plenty of room and plenty of time for her to interact with everybody that's there. So get ready for that. If you're on the Patreon or if you want to join the Patreon, that's going to be first come, first serve. You be looking for the link to buy everything in the next week or two, probably.
By the time this episode goes up, I would say if the tickets aren't already available, they will be within a couple of days.
Yeah, so just be watching.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. That's also going to have a link for you to book your hotel room too. As Eric said last week, those are available not just for that 3-day span, but they will be open for the entire week. Beforehand as well. So if you want to come in, I know some folks like Joseph Brazo is going to be coming in the week before. So that means that, that option is available to him. So if you want to come and make a whole thing of it, not just a weekend, that is an option for you. The hotel rate is really freaking low.
It's really low
too.
And like I said, you get it before and a few days after. The main things that me and Perry will be doing are Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
All that, the live show will be Saturday night. But if you want to check in early Thursday so you can get up early Friday and do something, or you want to come in Wednesday, like Perry said, that's all available to you at that rate.
Yeah.
So.
And we're going to be around too more than just like that. Those evenings as well. I mean,
we live here, so
exactly. And I
I
literally live 10 minutes from the hotel.
Yeah. You want to come to my basement and
play with his Dragon Ball Z action figures?
Play with Dragon Ball Z action figures and drink some whiskey? Tell me, give me a heads up. As long as I have a heads up, I don't care.
There you go. So patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast if you want to get first access to that. Shortly after the VIP stuff goes on sale, we will then put the general kind of tickets on sale.
Yeah,
for
Patreon
the live
gets
show as
first
well.
dibs at everything, and then after that, everybody gets a chance.
I'm so excited, dude.
Dude, I'm nervous now. She's going to show me up.
She might a little bit, but that's okay. Hey,
she's posting stuff on Instagram and everything now.
It's all a learning experience.
It's so professional.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm over here making curdled milk with Jack Daniel's Barrel
That's
Proof.
the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire
It
life.
wasn't my idea. I tried my best to make that work.
It
There
was so
nothing
gross.
going to make that work.
I did that on my live stream last night early.
Yeah.
What have we been drinking? And
How good are Grippos in Wild Turkey 101?
unbelievably good.
Ooh.
That was my favorite out of all of them.
MGP Rye and Cool Ranch Doritos.
Unbelievably good.
The new Old Fashioned.
I'm making, dude.
With
I
a
have to
cotton
make an
candy?
old fashioned
Oh.
with that.
Can you imagine the presentation? Like you come out and you throw some cotton candy on there, pour everything over
I
it.
think that you have to go the extra mile, and you have to
Make
light the cotton candy on
light
fire.
it on fire.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you light it on fire. You dash it with the bitters, so there's like more of an explosion that happens. It's all about the presentation and everything.
Yeah.
Once it all kind of settles, then you pour your bourbon in. I'm thinking a split base, like a high rye bourbon and a 95.5 rye.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's really sweet. That cotton candy turns super.
Yeah. You got to have
almost
something a little
sweeter
bit more
than-
bitter to offset.
Almost sweeter
going
than simple syrup.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway, yeah, that's
yeah. Go back and watch the live. Go back and watch my videos on Instagram. You got a lot of stuff to catch up on too.
Maybe we'll do a cocktail class for the live show.
We got to figure out
too.
what our VIP tasting is going to do.
Oh.
Just because we're going to split it up this year into 2 tastings where
Yeah.
it's the same tasting, but if you were there last year, we were kind of crammed in that room. So we're going to try to space it out to where we can make smaller groups with each of you. And I don't know, maybe we'll do 2 different tastings. Maybe we'll just do one. Who knows? But it's going to be good.
Yeah, for sure. So, you want to do some flying blind?
Do you want to do some sips and snacks?
I would love to do both of those things.
I will give you a sips and snacks while I'll do a flying blind.
Well, I actually have not tried this.
I will
Flying
do a
blind.
flying blind with you. Then we will do a sips and snacks.
Okay,
together.
there we go. That actually got pretty dark. I'm happy about this.
Actually got pretty dark. You made this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made this. Well, I made part of this.
What?
I had a little bit of a hand in making this.
Why is there carbonation in there?
That's not carbonation.
There's bubbles in there.
All whiskey has bubbles, dude.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Did you just shake it up?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
I don't know what this is going to be like.
That smells like I'm drinking bourbon in a flower shop.
Oh, that smells so good. I think it's got a lot of like bakeryness to it as well.
I think I'm in a flower shop. I think I'm in a flower
in
shop.
a good way or a bad way?
A
Because you
good
don't
way.
sound excited about it.
No, in a good way. Like the old granny's like running the counter and she's like, honey, what do you need? I'm like, well, I'm here for my senior prom. I got to get like a corsage. What is it?
Corsage.
And she's like, honey, let me help you.
That's
out
right,
here."
isn't it?
And it's so comforting and they're really nice. I don't know. I don't
I'm
remember.
questioning everything now. Yeah, corsage.
Share everything. No, I like it. Like it makes me feel safe. It makes
Yeah.
me feel at home. But it is. It's like bourbon, classic bourbon, but I'm in a flower shop.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a wild hair last night to do this while
pluck
I was. Yeah, I did. It was so long too.
Oh, those hurt.
I think they're fun.
Not where I get them.
Yeah, fair enough. I was on Clifton's Discord channel last night after his live stream, just kind of hanging out for a little while. And I poured some of this into the Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company mason jar that we...
What's in... Are those chips?
Yeah, it's French oak chips.
I didn't see those in there. Look at this.
Look how dark that is. Looks like syrup.
See them? Floaties?
And this is only 12 hours.
12 hours.
This is half a day's worth of leaving a whiskey in a mason jar with
Bon appetit!
Dibosha.
So is this one whiskey in this?
This is one whiskey in this.
Flavored with the chips?
Yes.
What flavored chips are these?
French oak.
French oak.
Yep. Shall we?
That fucking smells good.
Dank it and sink it.
Oh, comforting. That's a relaxing pour. There's not much bite on it. And I wouldn't say crushable either. I would say it's just I just kind of want to chill with this.
Man.
I feel like I may know what's in this.
Do you?
Based on what we've talked about already.
What do you think it is?
I think it's that Knob Creek.
No, it's Turkey 101.
Oh. I thought it was
curious,
the Knob Creek.
You know, not having done this, if you want to understand what Eric's talking about, go listen to Mutant Madness.
Yeah,
But
Perry had a Knob Creek that was a little different, and I feel like it could have had more.
it was
so.
it was odd.
I thought you might have put this in it and like seeing if you could make
No,
it better.
I understand where you're coming from, but I mostly just kind of want that to be
It's that proof,
its own thing. Yeah.
Turkey 101.
But yeah, I just went with standard old Turkey 101. Like I said, it's been in there for just 12 hours. It's noticeably darker.
It's noticeably different on the nose, big time. The nose is quite different. The nose makes it smell like it's a toasted Wild Turkey 101. Now that I know,
it essentially kind of is. It's toasted French oak, you know.
Yeah, it tastes like it smells like it's in a toasted barrel. Oh, classic.
Oh, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
It does add a layer to it.
Mm.
It makes it a little bit more complex.
Okay, this is a weird this is a weird analogy, but it's the only way I can put it into words. Regular Turkey 101 in this context is the construction site before a bakery goes in.
Okay.
You know that there's going to be a bakery. Your mind has already kind of made those leaps to go. I know what the smells are going to be like. I know what the flavors are going to be like.
At Disney.
At Disney.
Okay.
Yes. There's that like tilled earth, but like dirt and sand kind of floating around and everything.
You're like, yeah, I know what this
exactly. The finish with French oak chips is the bakery that is now in existence after looking at that construction space for so long.
Yeah. Even though
I don't know why that's the metaphor that my brain worked up.
No, I think you're right because like I really taste a lot of floral, but like it feels like I'm walking into a space that's just relaxing. Like whether there's cupcakes and cookies everywhere or there's flowers everywhere, like it's just I'm drinking some bourbon, but I'm in like this space that's just like I'm just relaxing. Yeah.
Okay. I want to experience more of this.
Okay.
But do you think it's worth it for me to just take this bottle of Turkey 101 and throw more of these wood chips in it?
You gonna put them in the bottle
in the actual bottle? Because I enjoy that. Like, I have no problem.
Well, the good thing about this bottle is we can easily go and grab another one.
Yeah, exactly.
How much would you put in there?
I put probably like 7 or 8 chips in here. So it probably like 20 or so in the full bottle.
It's time to grow up. It's time to...
So we're doing this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So,
yeah.
Little
experiment.
You're a good bottle. And you're good to experiment with. Go out and be a new turkey.
So in a couple of weeks, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll visit it in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah. We'll do 2. You know what? We'll do a check-in every week until we think that it's finished its journey. And then we will strain out the French oak chips, and it will exist as its own thing.
Let me do this.
Thank you.
I did it.
You
help.
Aren't you a saint?
Wow, that's really fun.
Yeah. All right. Let's give it a little look-see.
A little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Let me get sips and snacks ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what? You know what season it is?
It's Levy season.
Well, yeah, but there's another season that just started.
I don't know.
Girl Scout cookies.
Are we pairing Girl Scout cookies today?
Yes, we are pairing maybe my favorite, or at least a little bit more.
Yeah.
I love the lemonades.
I was not expecting that from you.
I love them. I was My original top Girl Scout cookie was the peanut butter patty. It was like a Reese cup cookie, basically.
Yeah.
But some reason, the lemonades have grown on me.
I think that's good.
There's not that many in there.
Do you think I
they're
should
all
go-
at the top?
Yeah. Do you think I should go more?
One more.
One more.
Big old chunk.
Okay.
The biggest splooge you can add in
That's a good one. Let's do. Oh, that's a good thick
there. That's
boy.
a big, thick boy.
There we go.
So last year, I paired this. Do you want to do it blind or do you just want to do it?
Let's just do it, man.
Okay.
And now we wait, though. Oh, yes. Maybe my favorite rye on the market in general.
Last year, I did it with Turkey 101 rye. But I think that this will either be the same or better.
Look at all those bubbles, dude.
Old Forester rye. Oh, my Lord.
You can already see the interaction happening.
Girl Scout cookies, lemonades with Old Forester rye.
I'm excited for this. I'm going to do more of this too. Like,
Oh, the chips.
I think I'm gonna. I may as well just do it with that Knob Creek pick too.
I think that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah. Why are you pouring it like a waiter at a fine dining establishment pouring wine?
And we have the old foe, the rye.
You know what you're making me think of, and it's making me sad.
What?
This is The Last of Us episode 3.
I haven't watched it. Don't talk to me about it. I haven't got there in the game. I told you on pregame chats,
you're
or not pregame chats, tips and bits that I'm playing along. I've watched 1 and 2, and I've played up to that point. Don't talk to me about it. I've heard that it makes you cry and makes you come at the same time.
I didn't.
That's just what I read on the internet. So,
Okay.
oh, that smells so good. Look at this cookie. This is just it's just evenly perfect.
It's built for the pour over.
Yeah, it's got the little grooves in it right there. And then the icing on the bottom. That's perfect. Because if you put the icing on the top, it rolls off. Take a bite first, though.
Dude, there is nothing quite like a shortbread cookie.
With just a hint of lemon. Like it's like a freaking lemon breakfast cake thing. All right, do a pour over.
Oh, man. I dig that.
Oh. Oh, that's really good. The rye,
You want to talk about comfort.
the rye almost brings out a little bit of lemon, but it also kind of calms it down too. There's just like a little bit of like an icing, a maple on there.
You're doing this motion, and I feel that on such a deep level. It's like everything's just kind of working itself together. We haven't talked about how we're the Vesti boys today.
Vestibules.
Yeah. Vestibules.
Man, that's so good.
I love that.
And anybody listening, I mean, it's just normal Old Forester rye, 100 proof.
Yeah.
And then just go and buy some lemonades from your neighbor or the front of Walmart or Kroger, whatever you want to do. Oh, my God.
Or from that guy
a guy?
who works in your office.
Oh, he's like,
whose daughter is a Girl Scout.
But he's not like supportive of all. He's like, hey. He throws the paper down. He's like,
tired of hearing it from her.
my daughter's doing this. Fill it out. I'll bring them. And you're like, huh? Just do it. And he walks away. And you're like, well, I guess I'll order some shortbread.
I guess I have to now.
Yeah. He's going to show up.
He's going to punch me in the face and then marry my girlfriend.
Yeah, that happened. That's true.
The wildest story. Oh, man.
Wow, that's a good pairing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I could eat a whole sleeve of those.
Oh, we've demolished them at the house.
Yeah. Were you about to ask me a question?
Yeah, what have you been drinking?
I got to be honest with you.
Be honest. We're transparent.
Thank you. Anyway, this has been a very uneventful drinking week for me.
Same.
It's just been one of those where, like, I mean, I could go through, like I've had a little bit of Turkey 101, I've had a little bit of Knob Creek Single Barrel, but it's just like being in this mindset of losing weight.
A lot of low proof.
A lot of low proof, and a lot of just me not spending so much time drinking as much as I do like tasting, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think it's showing a little bit. I think I'm starting to slim down.
See it, for sure.
And it's not, drinking is not the only part of it. I mean, the amount of fast food that I'm not eating too is wild. But it's been a frustrating journey for sure, just because the mental anguish of it all.
If it was easy,
everybody, exactly,
we would all be doing it. And you would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah. So I mean, the most like different thing that I've had this week, I guess, was I had a beer last night.
Nice.
It wasn't even like, it's not even like that exciting. It's Narragansett, which is...
What'd you call me?
Narragansett.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's made in Maryland, or at least up in New England area. A really, really great beer. Just a very standard kind of like, this is a beer offering.
Like Coors Banquet.
Yeah. I actually really love Coors Banquet.
I'm not mad at those.
When I can't get Miller High Life, Coors Banquet is my next option.
I think when I'm usually out, when I do a beer, which is very rare, but if I'm like at a restaurant eating wings, sometimes I will. If I'm at a sporting event, it's always Miller Lite. But if they don't have it, it's Coors Light.
Yeah. Miller High Life is
the champagne of beer.
It's so good though, man. It's such a great beer.
It's fancy.
It's fancy.
It's fancy.
It's fancy AF.
Yeah.
But if I go, I think I talked about this actually a couple weeks ago. But my go-to like shot in a beer is Turkey 101 and Miller High Life.
Yeah. I
mean, those two are just made for each other.
Yeah.
I would say. But again, if no Miller High Life is available, Coors Banquet.
Yeah.
Great beer. But yeah, Narragansett is another really fantastic beer. What about you? Anything to report
101.
back? Yeah, dude.
I went out of town for my daughter's volleyball, and so I always take something for when we get done with the tournament and we're back at the hotel. And what's fun about that is usually like they're done a little early. We get some food, and then she wants to go hang out with her friends in the hotel. And so I'm just chilling. I was watching a Kentucky game or whatever, but I took one big old sample thing, and I just put Turkey 101 in it. And I put a backup in it, like a backup sample, which we're going to review, but I didn't get into because the Turkey 101 just did its thing.
There you go.
And then I paired Turkey 101 with Grippos. So I've drank Turkey 101 for the past week. I'm not mad at all.
You shouldn't be mad about that.
No.
At all.
I drink it all the time, except when I'm at work. I don't drink it then.
I mean, good for you.
But like, honestly, like Turkey 101, I said it in my video. It pairs with everything. And
it even pairs with me.
It does. A little Funko head.
What did you didn't actually pour it on, right?
No.
Okay.
I was afraid it would.
Sorry to get a little inside baseball.
I was afraid it would like mess it up.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to put you in there.
Strip some of the pain away.
Turkey 101. We literally made a Thanksgiving Day reel with Turkey 101. But I didn't. I was afraid it would mess it up.
I was thinking about this last night, especially as I was like getting the French oak sample done. I think Turkey 101 might be my favorite bourbon of all time.
If I could only have one that I could, if there was criteria and you were like, it's only one that's available and that you can afford and all that, it would be Turkey 101.
I think so too.
Yeah, I could say, oh, I want cheesy gold foil or I want hazmat WLW, but like that's not a thing. Like
no, it's the
it is
the
a
fact,
thing, but like
well,
nothing that I
yeah,
could like.
but
yeah.
the fact that this is so readily available, it's so affordable, it's at such a easily consumable proof too. I mean, if you want to use the phrase that I've been employing recently, a utility bourbon.
Yeah, it do
I mean,
everything.
it can hold up in cocktails. It drinks great neat on a big rock of ice too. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I don't, maybe I'll change my mind by this time next year, but as far as I'm concerned, I truly think that Turkey 101 is just my favorite bourbon ever.
Like I think it's kind of in that category that somebody else may think that about Elijah Craig, or they may think that about that.
Yeah.
But we align on that line. We align in that thought.
Yeah.
That
the stars have aligned.
The stars have aligned?
Yeah, I just got an email from Venmo that said the stars have aligned.
As I said.
As you were saying that.
Jeez.
How weird is that?
Turkey 101. Yeah, put that on a barrel pick. The stars have aligned.
A Turkey 101 barrel pick.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's just Kentucky Spirit.
No, but what if?
No, I know.
What if?
I know.
What if 4 barrels in front of you? Jimmy has picked these. They're going to be 101s.
Jimmy and his Russells.
Jimmy and Perry Russell.
Yeah.
Pick these. These are going to be 101 and poured into the batch, but we're giving you a chance to pick one of these. Oh. And it's the first ever, maybe, I don't know, don't quote me on that. That's Rare Bird. But first ever 101 wild turkey pick. Could you imagine how awesome that would be? It may taste just like all of Wild Turkey 101, but you picked it out of 4.
It's making history. Making wild turkey history.
That's what dreams are made of.
Hey, now.
You're an all-star.
No.
Game on. Go.
No, I was going Hillary Duff.
Hey now.
Hey now. This is what dreams are made of.
Okay. Oh, I got another.
About Hillary Duff?
No. But do you remember the co-star in the Hillary Duff show?
In Lizzie McGuire?
Yes.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Lizzie McGuire.
So in the pregame chats, we talked about old relationships.
Yeah.
When I was 13, 14,
yeah,
there was this girl from another school that we would like play in sports and stuff. And she was, I'm not going to try to brag about myself because
you've been doing a lot of that today.
I'm 13 or 14 years old, but she was like, everybody knew it. Like she was obsessed with the OE. You know what I mean? Like I can't deny that. Like it's just a thing. If you called up my best friend from school, he would say, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to say her name, but yeah, she was obsessed with you." Do you know what I did to try to get her to be not obsessed with me? Because she was crazy and I wasn't into her.
Yeah.
I printed off a picture of, I had a little crush on Lizzie McGuire's co-star.
Now I got to figure out. You keep talking. I'm going to figure out.
She reminds me of like an anime girl. I printed off a picture. I put it in my little wallet that I would carry because back then in the day, you carried a wallet and you put a picture of your girlfriend in your wallet. And I said, "I'm sorry. Like this is who I'm talking to."
Miranda Sanchez?
Yes. Not like that. Like when we were young.
Her. Yeah.
Yeah. She was cute. So yeah, she reminded, what was that? It sounded like the little spring on like a door.
It might have been. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So I showed her that and she got so mad at me. She's like, who is this person? I was like, Miranda.
She goes to a different school.
Yeah. And I left, and
She in Canada. You don't know where.
She never talked to me again. I printed out a picture on my inkjet printer.
Is there a gas leak in here today? I feel like neither of us can talk very well.
I cannot talk. Printer, inkjet printer.
There we go.
Put it in my wallet, and I said, "Sorry, like I'm talking to this girl."
She was in Easy A. Huh.
So
last thing she was in was Definition Please in 2020, which I don't know what that. A former Scripps spelling bee champion must reconcile with her estranged brother when he returns home to help care for their sick mother. What the crap is that premise for a movie?
that sounds like Pornhub.
LeVar Burton is in this movie. And Katrina Bowden from Scrubs? Dude,
Either
this
way.
cast is crazy.
Either way, that was a thing. That was a thing. I printed off a picture of her and put it in my wallet and said, "Leave me alone. I'm talking to this girl." And she got mad and didn't talk to me.
That's really,
It
really
worked.
funny.
How did we get to this point? Where are we at right now?
I don't know, man. We're trying to get into a little bit of a conversation
All right.
about some things that have been going on.
Is this the news you want me to talk about?
This is the news I wanted to talk about
All
with
right, let's
you.
go.
So this past week, we saw the release of the new Michter's Celebration.
Oh, yeah. Ian's very excited about that.
Ian. See, neither of us can speak. Ian's very excited. Eden's probably asleep, I hope, at this point. This is the first time since 2019 that Michter's Celebration Sour Mash Whiskey has come out. It's a blend of 10, 20, and 25-year-old bourbon and rye whiskeys. Wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I messed up. Did they not actually give what the blend is? I thought they did.
It's not Michter's.
What do you mean? Like it's not their distillate?
No.
No, of course it isn't.
No.
Yeah, there's no age statement on it.
I thought it was 20. They said 20 years.
Well, maybe it is 20 years. No, it ranges in age from 12 to over 30.
It says 20. Where is that?
This release, we chose some of our absolute favorite barrels.
There we go. Okay, so but I mean, this is now the second source that I found that says the barrels range in age from 12 to 30 years old.
Okay. Maybe I read something else.
112.8 proof. With a hefty price tag of $6,000.
Six. Oh, Lord.
So we've been talking a lot over the past few weeks about the state of the bourbon market. High-end investors, high-end collectors, whatever you want to describe them as, this is something that they are definitely considering adding to their liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
Right? Putting on display for everybody. I want us to kind of take a little bit of time to talk about whether or not a bottle that is that high end is good or bad for bourbon. Because we're already getting to a point, I'm not trying to, put the cart before the horse or anything.
Yeah.
But we're already kind of getting to this point where prices are increasing. We're finding it to be an even more exclusive. Look at that. There's a piece of wood chip stuck to the core.
All right, leave it. Leave it.
Okay. All right.
Leave it.
See how long it stays there.
Yeah.
And it's not that this wasn't already a very expensive bottle.
Right.
But it is so uncommon for an MSRP in bourbon to be $6,000.
What's the Eagle Rare one? $5 or $1,000?
Oh, I think it's
I just
the double Eagle Very Rare.
Yes.
Let me look it up real quick because I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it might actually be.
Is it more? No.
There's no way.
2,000.
I think actually you might be right. I think it is because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we expect it to be more expensive than it is. Yeah, $2,000. And I mean, like,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at either of these products. I like that I know that this is definitely a Eagle Rare that's that old coming from.
Yeah.
I know where it's coming from. Now the original question was, do I think this is bad or good? Is that what you're asking?
Essentially, yeah. Because like I do think that for better or worse, and depending on like it may not have as much of an impact as I may be implying, but I do think that it has an effect on the bourbon market at large.
Personally, I don't think it's that big a deal because that's not a bottle that we really talk about every year. And is that price absurd? Fucking yes, it is. Like it's not anything somebody can just be like, I'm going to go. Well, some people have way more money than we do, and they could. But like, it's fun to think that if you go to Michter's and you do a distillery tour and you go to their bar, that if you wanted to drop whatever they charge for that pour, and you could say I had a $6 or how much was it? $5?
$6,000.
I could say I had a $6,000 pour, whatever you paid for it. I don't think that Michter's and that bottle are that much in like the community that it hurts anything. I don't think that's like a BTAC if they said, because people can get BTAC. They're doing lotteries for BTAC and all that. You don't see somebody going, hey, we're going to do a lottery for Michter's Celebration Sour Mash. Do you?
I mean, not that I've ever noticed.
Even back a couple years ago, I don't think I've ever seen one.
I mean, I think we're more likely to see Double Eagle Very Rare in a lottery.
I've seen that show up at the store.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen an actual bottle in person.
It was already bought.
I've seen the cheap knockoff version.
Yeah, you had that. I cried in your.
Do you want me to grab it?
I cried in your driveway.
It was the funniest
when we
thing.
saw it because Perry decided to.
It was so cheap too.
Perry decided to do an online thing that said, "Get your Eagle Rare, Double Very Rare, or whatever." And he got it, and it's the worst little decanter ever. But what's in that?
Eagle Rare.
Is it?
Yeah.
For sure? Okay.
It's the innkeeper's pick.
Look at this little thing.
It's so bad.
It fits in the palm of my hand. And it's like this little plastic like bird in there.
I mean, it is glass, I think, but I think it's probably the cheapest glass that they could actually buy.
Look at the font on this thing. Like, it's not, I
don't know if you can.
Look at that right there.
It's so messy, dude.
Oh,
the printing job is so bad.
Like, I'm afraid I'm going to break this little eagle.
You didn't even get all the cork out.
What? Oh. There. If you're watching this,
a rubber cork.
There's a condom and a cork. But
cork condom.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think this bottle is as talked about and as widely available to where it hurts anything. I think it's just something that look at it. It's so stupid. So dumb. Send it back right now and be like, I want my money back.
It's been like almost a year.
Look at this little thing. The eagle is...
It's so derpy.
It looks like a little sexual pleasure bullet. Look at that.
A little rabbit.
Yeah. Little rabbit. But yeah.
The one that's in the bottom of the bottle is even worse.
Oh yeah. It
It
looks
looks
like
more like a parrot than it does an actual
Does he
eagle.
have a beak?
Not really.
No. I don't think this hurts anything. I just think this is a good way to say, hey, let's go to Michter's. Let's throw away our cash and try a pour of this.
I guess it does go back into the economy.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's not a big deal because it's just something that maybe I would happen upon and decide to spend money on.
Yeah, and
as a pour, not the bottle.
Yeah, and I guess when you're really looking at it too,
this smells so good.
Nobody's duplicating the Michter Celebration bottle in the way that they are the Double Eagle Very Rare.
Oh, there's no Facebook ads for this.
For sucker idiots on Facebook who are like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, it was $50.
You still lost.
No, I know I did, but I just think it for the joke of it all.
This is Family Dollar.
100%.
Yeah, this is Family Dollar Double Eagle.
This is Michael's art supply store.
This is a pick from Family Dollar, and they said, you know what? We're keeping it to the dollar.
This is the bottle
we're putting it in plastic and something
that your drunk uncle always keeps under his bed
because
he believes that it's real, and he left it to you in the will because you always had a fascination with it, and he thought that it was because you really liked it, but mostly it was because you were just laughing at it.
He filled this himself, but convinced himself that it was Double Eagle.
No,
Very Rare.
He always believed that it was.
Yeah,
always believed.
He did it in his sleep paralysis.
I had sleep paralysis recently.
I had it when I was younger.
I had it a couple weeks ago.
Did you have the little demon dude?
No.
I did.
We'll talk about this off air.
All right. That's the Dixon pick. Dixon and our buddy
Dexter.
The
double D.
That's really the double D. That's what they should have put on. That's really good.
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. I think, I'm mostly playing devil's advocate.
You say
here,
screw this.
No, I'm. What I mean is that I'm bringing up this conversation because I already kind of am of the mindset that no, I don't think it's bad for bourbon. But I do want this conversation to be something that's ongoing.
Yeah.
It's bourbon, I think, if you really just break it down, it is an accessible kind of every person's drink.
Right. Like, is this necessary, basically?
No.
No.
I don't think it is. I also don't think that the price necessarily is necessary either.
Like, how many bottles do they
381, I think is what I saw.
Like, does this hurt?
So not quite 400 bottles.
Yeah. So going back, does this hurt anything? No, it doesn't hurt anything. But if you break it down and you go, if I had a conversation with Michter's and I said, is this really necessary? Or could you split this up into a bunch of smaller bottles that were cheaper and just make the same price? Would that be okay? Like, why not?
Yeah.
If you took 300 bottles and split them up into 50 mLs or something and said, this is a special Michter's release, and put it at a price that everybody could buy, like, I feel like that would make more of an impact than the special bottle that nobody can buy.
I mean, I'm a big advocate of just kind of in general distilleries putting out smaller size bottles of their limited releases in general.
Yeah.
So just because it's an easy point of reference, if Buffalo Trace were to put out 50 ml, 100 ml versions of the Antique Collection, just so people could try it, it doesn't have to be exactly like the media samples that we used to get, but
like a little pack.
Exactly. Like just something so that you can say you tried it. And there are a couple of things that
people would still collect it, not open it.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah. But so there's that aspect of it. There's also the aspect of, if you want to come at it from a financial viewpoint, Buffalo Trace is probably would probably make more money if they did that.
Yeah.
Because the production costs would be higher. They would have to go the extra mile to, create and design the labels and the packaging and everything. And so, I mean, say, you got all 5 of those sample bottles and it's like $100.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially $20 per 50 ml. I mean, that's a pretty daggum good profit margin if you're considering the fact that one bottle at a $7.50 is $100.
Yeah.
Like,
They're not making the secondary price.
No. Of course not.
Right.
So what you're looking at here, I mean, essentially is like a sound business investment. Yes, it does require more work. And I think we're actually about to see this happen with Four Roses too, because there's all those labels that have been coming across TTB with it's like 50 ml
Send me
labels.
The OESO,
for every single one of their recipes. I'll
104 proof.
I'll buy cases of the OBSO.
I'll feel my best with them. I'll just pull out like different recipes right now, like a shotgun, like I'm in Walking Dead style, like just a yeah.
Anyway, I just think that there is more to be gained from that, and the other aspect of this too, stripping away the like business side of it. I think that the relationship that a distillery has with their consumer is so much more important than their earnings.
Yeah.
Yes, it is important for them to keep functioning based on, the money that they make. But truly, if you feel special because you have taken the time and the effort to invest in a distillery that you love, I think that there is a reward that can be given back to you.
Yeah.
And sure, it sounds very like spread the wealthy kind of notion. I don't mean it that way necessarily, although it does kind of tread that ground. I'm mostly saying that there is an exclusivity that I don't think needs to still be present within bourbon. I think that there is the opportunity for bourbon to just be the most accessible that it has ever been, maybe since, distilleries prohibition, since before the Bottled and Bond Act, when distilleries were selling barrels straight to stores and saloons or bars or whatever.
Walking up to like Wild Turkey and being like, I just want to buy that barrel.
I mean, you pretty much can. Like, I mean, if you talk to the right people, you can pretty much just buy a barrel. It may not be the best barrel, but you could probably just...
I would buy the worst barrel of Wild Turkey.
And then put some French oak chips.
I would just buy the worst barrel, and I would just decide when to pull from it.
Dude, I even just shook this up a little bit, and that chip is still in the cork.
No, it's gonna flavor the cork.
Really, really funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it just, I just truly think that we have to come to a common ground where bourbon is accessible to more people.
Yeah. I think that's a great like statement, because like some people can't afford the bottles we have. Some people want to, but they can't. Like they got responsibilities. They got
exactly.
kids. They don't have the chance to work extra or have an extra income or something. And it sucks for them because, maybe they can only experience lower shelf stuff. But yeah, I don't think it hurts anything having a $6,000 bottle, but I think that they could think about things a little bit more and be like, hey, let's make this a little bit more easy to get for people or to try. So, because it's going to be very expensive to even have a pour.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, like how much of this too, because it comes, I mean, the presentation of it all, of the Michter celebration is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
The box that it comes in, I think you even get glasses with it as well. How much
you
of
get a
that is
massage.
you get a massage?
You do. Yeah. It's a happy ending.
It's good massage.
Yeah. I heard it.
But
What if you did? What if you really? What?
there's a little coupon voucher that's like, go to your nearest massage parlor and they'll give you one free handy. You're like, what?
No, because then people in the bourbon industry would be like, handy. I get a Thomas H. Handy.
Yeah.
No, you get a happy ending.
Yeah.
But either way, like, it's a lot.
You know that happy ending is probably the next brand to come after Good Times.
I want to be part of that.
I
kind of do.
I don't. I think that is a very real possibility that we could see
can we
within the next 5
can we
years.
do a barrel pick that says Whiskey Mutant's happy ending.
Yes, 100% we can. Absolutely,
That would be
without question. But anyway,
so yeah,
that's kind of where my brain is at.
that's a lot of money.
With a lot of $6,000 is a heck of a lot of money. I mean that is a used car payment.
What if every member of the Patreon donated and we all just bought a bottle?
Well, then we all get like a quarter of an ounce together. I want to try it. Don't get me wrong.
It ended up being cheaper than going to the bar and having a half an ounce.
It would for sure.
Just saying.
But regardless,
That's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Let's recenter ourselves, though. Wax off. Let's get to something that's not so expensive. I mean, I hope. I don't actually know what the price is on this.
It's not expensive.
Okay. You brought this up as something that we should try. I friggin' love this bottle shape.
Look at this.
It's the improved versions of the Woodford Masters collection or whatever the crap it's called, and Willet Pot Still.
Yeah. It's a easy to put on your shelf version of all that. Yeah. Fox and Oden. Craft American whiskey. Straight bourbon whiskey produced in small batches. This one is batch number 10. It's 99 proof. Bottle number 604.
When you open it, and if you drink too much of it, you hear a voice in the back of your head that says you are a vain, greedy, and cruel boy.
From Oden?
From Oden.
Yeah. Oh.
And then he strips you of your godlike powers. And
No. Jay.
take me back.
So this was, I guess, sourced and then took back to Michigan.
Interesting.
It was distilled in Indiana. Let me confirm something. I think it's 8 and 15 year blend of MGP.
Bottled in October of 2022. That was my daughter's second birthday month. America.
America, America, this is you.
And I'm proud to be an American.
A blend
Well, at
of
least I know I'm
8
free.
to 15-year-old bourbons using 21% and 36% rye mash bills from MGP.
Holy crap.
Yep.
And I proudly stand up.
I paid $65 for this.
Dang, dude, seriously?
Yeah, it was at Ernie's. They always are nice to me.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like,
I think
standard MGP, standard MSRP is probably what, like $70?
I think it's 75.
That's such a great deal for a blend of 8 and 15-year-old bourbon, dude.
Yeah.
I am not upset about that at all.
And like I said before, I poured a little bit of this to take on my trip, but I never got into it because I had plenty of Wild Turkey 101. So this is the first time I've actually had this too.
We should talk about the neck pour next week.
Well, I already took the neck pour out of this.
I don't mean the neck pour of this bottle. I mean the concept of the neck pour. No, I want to talk about it. I think we've never really discussed it on the show.
I think it's lame when people are, who's the neck pour?
Okay, well let's save it for next week.
Okay. All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, homie.
Oh my.
That smells like it was finished with French oak.
That smells like barrel aged grape juice.
It's very oaky.
I know these are batches, but like this batch has a lot of that purple in it that I always get with.
Purple and like chocolate syrup brown.
I would think this was all like 15-year-old MGP. Man, that smells good.
I think there's probably, at least based on the nose, more 15-year-old MGP than we expect there to be in it.
It's very prominent.
Yeah.
Whatever the age is, it's up to 15 years. Like there's definitely older 12 to 15 that's just kicking this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
That is so good.
That's, if I say solid, but I'm trying to say it's like the top tier solid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's blueberry Pop-Tart. Blueberry Pop-Tart.
I actually go more blueberry muffin.
Oh, it's the same,
with it,
same
but,
family.
Yeah, but it's the MGP that I feel like we haven't had on the market in a long time.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the old Scout picks.
The old Scout,
that we used to have.
Picks,
yeah, I think
wow.
this is exceptional.
Wow. Dude, that's good. Not a big finish.
No, but it's enough to where you can still kind of break it down. And it definitely does make me want to go back for another drink, which I think is an important part of the finish. I've talked about just kind of in reference to, that feeling of like, if there's a good finish, it makes me want to go back and experience it more.
Yeah.
But I do think that is an important aspect of the finish. If it's a bad finish with a really weird, just off-putting,
then you're like,
lingering taste, you're like, I don't think I want to drink any more of this. But if it is comforting, if it's smooth, I think that there's just so much goodness to be had.
Taking your blueberry muffin and say you left it in the oven just a little bit, and the edges are just that good crispy burn.
Exactly the way I like it.
That's it. That's it right there.
Yeah, there is a like smokiness to this as well that is so inviting. Oh my gosh, man.
Wow.
I'm going to have to get a bottle of this.
They still have some in Ernie's.
Okay. I need it.
Oh my. Even going back to it, like. Wow.
For it to be 99 proof, it drinks higher than that. And I think, the age is probably doing a lot of that legwork.
Yeah. It drinks complex, more complex than a 99 proof thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. This is one of those bottles that I would love to have in the collection just as like a, hey, let me break this out for you so you can try it. And, see what's up.
Give them something
kind of deal.
Give them something they know that's like, oh, this is blah blah blah. But then pour this one blind for them and be like, what do you think of this?
Oh, it's so syrupy. It's got a really, really great viscosity to it on the palate.
It's a leggy boy.
Leggy boy.
Yeah. Wow.
What are you finding that you don't like about this? Aside from the kind of lighter finish. Because I'm struggling to find anything that I'm...
That might be it.
Upset with.
That's probably it.
Yeah. There's probably a little bit of like sweetness or brightness on the nose that could be more present. But that's being like super nitpicky. And I think even then, like, it's not going to detract so much that it's not going to be a high performer.
No, because like So I'm torn because like I'm trying to like tell the listener maybe that has never had like a older MGP. But you know me, I know you, we love those older 12 to 15 year MGPs.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to smell this and think of anything bad because I instantly think of those picks, those Old Scout picks, those, you know, that stuff we got in the beginning that was hyper aged. And this is probably the closest thing I've got to that in years.
Yeah. Let me ask you this too, and this is less about this particular bottle and just more about the experience with MGP in general. I always find this like, not necessarily in a bad way, but metallic note with MGP. Like it's one of those things where like I as soon as I notice it, I go, that is definitely MGP. Yeah. It's there with this. It's almost like copper.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know, it's a lingering kind of like metallic copper, just like it's been maybe
it's just what you associate that pour with.
Yeah. And I always get that with MGP. And it's there. Yeah. It's not a bad thing for me necessarily. Yeah. But it is definitely present. I mean, this is just like through and through a classic MGP pour.
I think I get a different note on a younger MGP pour, and I get a particular note on the older MGP pours.
Yeah.
And it's always that it toes the line. I mean, we've talked about Eagle Rare jokingly, but it toes the line of like a Eagle Rare 17. Like there's always this purple cotton candy grape candy note on 12 to 15 year MGP that I always get.
Mm-hmm.
And younger ones are very like grainy but like toasted. Like it's even if they're not toasted, I always get that on younger MGP. But this is solid.
Mm-hmm.
This is the high tier, the gold tier, the god tier solid, if you would say.
I mean, I don't think this is quite like perfect score territory.
No,
I mean, like
perfect.
I would like to see this at a higher proof. That's just me.
Oh my!
But I do think that for what it is, I agree with you. It is top tier, really, really solid pour material.
Yeah.
All right.
The tiers. This is definitely
It's making me tear up.
It's the Super Saiyan of solid pours.
What's your favorite Super Saiyan?
2.
Me too.
I love that hair.
Me too, dude. That's exactly that's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's such a like flexibility to Super Saiyan 2. Like they're quick.
Yeah, and you have a little less power, but you're faster. But
exactly.
3, you can't hold it as long, and your hair's in the way. You lose your eyebrows. Don't even get me started on that. And then the gods and the blues and stuff like that's a whole nother thing. Like whatever.
I'm talking about just base level Super
Saiyan.
Yeah. You know,
2 definitely. I think that's the best of everything.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
completely
especially
agree.
if you do a fusion.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 2, Vegito,
and
Gogeta actually.
Vegito's my favorite. I like Vegito better.
See, I'm a Gogeta guy.
Oh, okay. I like the little vest.
Well, and I
like the little vest.
That's on Gogeta.
No, that's on Vegito. Am I backwards?
You're backwards.
I like the little vest with the stuff over it.
Gogeta's got the same outfit essentially that Gotenks does.
Okay, then Gogeta.
Yeah, Gogeta was just in.
Vegito has the solid
movie,
blue and the orange, right? Vegito.
That's Vegito.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm backwards.
Which is weird because like Vegito's more like Vegeta dominant.
Yeah.
Than Gogeta is. Like he's more Goku dominant. I think. It's weird. I would have thought the other way about you.
I like Little Vest.
Little Vest is funny.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's your Dragon Ball Z moment of the day. This is a great pour. Well, let's go through our normal rating system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final scores out of 20. I am going to give the nose on this one. Let me go back for just a second. I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, me too.
Such a good nose.
I already topped it out before you and said it.
Such a good nose, man. I think that the palate is definitely on par with, if not slightly better than the nose. I think that they're very much in sync with each other. But I don't know. Like I don't go into the palate finding anything that is more diverse necessarily than what's happening with the nose. So I am also going to give the palate a
3.5.
No, 4.
Oh.
Damn it! I told you it was on the same level.
Yeah, but
as me.
I like the nose just a smidge. Better.
That's fair. That's fair.
I gave 3.5 on the palate.
Finish
3.
Yeah,
I think
it's the weakest part for sure.
It's decent and it's still good, but it's the weakest part.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to say it. Like I gave it a 3.
$75 a bottle, dude. It's not perfect, but I do think that this is that like blueberry toasted muffin finish was so nice. It's not a perfect price, but considering everything that goes into it, I'm not mad about paying $75 for it. 4 out of 5.
4. I gave it a 4.
Yeah. So I'm a solid 15.
I'm 14
out of 20. Yeah. I mean, this is a huge recommend.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
If you see it, grab one, grab 2, grab one for your dad, your mom,
your
brothers,
grab one
your
for
sisters,
the holidays, pour it for everybody.
Your friend that you're trying to find a good gift for.
Yeah. The guy that punched you in the face that
married your high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who's 2 grades above you.
Yeah.
That'd be a good olive branch.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, but the thing is, he would he would probably drink all of it and then
no, he'd be like, "I'm too good for bourbon. I'm not drinking anything right now." No, I hit him with that.
Okay,
and then I'll take it for myself and I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So
look at that little fox, the little guy on there.
Grab this one. He's a handsome little boy.
Yes,
man. I would love a pet fox.
Really?
It'd be fun,
I
dude.
want a monkey.
Monkey get too angry.
Orangutan.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I'd love it.
Nah.
He'd be my boy.
Do you want?
He would be my boy, and then he would turn into my grandpa.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because he would die before you would.
That's sad.
I got an idea for you.
Oh Lord.
Because we typically do barrel rings like at the end of the show when we say how to do it. Yeah, I think we should like bump it up in the show
do my hot
order
take first. Do you have a hot take?
No, but
I got one.
Okay. Is that about Taco Bell again?
No, it's not about Taco Bell.
Okay.
It's about Swan.
What about Swan?
Swan has come. He's coming for me. Listen. Okay, so last night, when I had my lunch, I went back and I tried to watch what?
Nothing.
I'm just putting my hand on you. I like getting intimate like this. I like putting my arm
DJ Lance.
DJ Lance. Stop. Yo, gabba gabba. I went back and I watched the pairings you did because I wanted to see what you said. I wanted to see what the chat was saying. Swan comes up in here in the chat. He comments one thing. Oh, I'm going to shave my head. Swan, I'm growing my hair out. Look, you can see hair there. I'm going to get some limited dunks and I'm going to make little Debbie my girl. Let's do a podcast. Who's he talking about? Me. Rewind a little bit. The Bills lost. We sucked. I'll accept that. He sends me a meme of the Michael Jordan face on a Bills logo crying. Swan doesn't even watch sports. And then
what?
Then fast forward a little bit.
That's not our Swanee.
Then fast forward a little bit, and if you go to my Facebook, I was trolling the Bengals because I don't like the Bengals. We've talked about this. Anyway, they lost and did it. Swan starts sending me messages. He gets on the group chat. He starts saying stuff about the Bengals and how, they made it farther than the Bills and stuff. And he doesn't even watch football. He's coming for me.
Can I say something about
A
this?
troll, hot take, a troll that trolls you on something they don't even follow is my hot take.
So my wife's cousin, Tyler,
Yeah.
I missed Lucy's 30th birthday party last weekend
He's watching the game.
because of the Bengals game.
He's a Bengals fan.
He
or
is a
Chiefs fan?
die-hard Bengals fan. He has to be in his apartment,
He has to wear the same underwear.
probably
Punch the same neighbor because that's how they are.
based on the way that the rest of this goes. There's a good chance that there's a whole ritual to it. Has to be in his same apartment. Has to be making the same exact pot of chili.
Oh my! The worst chili ever.
No,
Cincinnati chili.
this is the no. But anyway, it just
It didn't work, Tyler.
it didn't work.
You should have came and hang out.
Could have come and hung out with us, man.
Maybe next time you'll see, but they'll just bungle it up again. So sorry, Tyler. But Swan, he's lived a mile from Cincinnati for what, 2 weeks now, and he's giving me shit.
You look like right now you are trying to you're trying to power move me into agreeing with you or mansplain something to me. I don't like this.
Swan's wrong, bro.
I don't like this at all. Please stop.
No, but Swan's going
Get
after
your
me.
hand away from me. It's just
comfortable.
making me uncomfortable.
This is comfortable for me.
All right, I'm going to get
Swan's
really
wrong.
close to the camera now.
Swan's wrong. He's trolling me over something he doesn't even do. He's trolling me over shoes. He's trolling me over football. And he doesn't have anything to do with either of those. What are you doing, Swan? But then he side texts me and asks me if I want to buy a bottle from him. I'm like, of course. And he's all nice about it. Swan's tearing me up right now. Well, that's my hot take. Tearing up my heart.
Well, I don't have any hot takes, but I do have
What's the barrel ring?
a barrel ring.
Is it from Swan?
Nope.
Okay. Good.
Well, last week, Tony Benavides sent the first live text messages to the podcast. What's up, Tony B?
Yeah.
This is Tony Bag of Donuts,
Oh.
sending the first barrel rings from Chile. When you're hearing this, I'll be getting home in, I think, like 4 days. Can't wait. See you all real soon at Timbuk Weekend 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Bye, everybody.
Apparently, that's what we're calling it. We're calling this is my Bourbon Weekend 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, he did call in from Chile.
He did. I mean, I think that's a good enough reason for us to just say, all right.
And listen, I'm not a big fan of dry January. I'll just say it. Like I think
do whatever you want to.
do whatever you want
You know?
to. I personally don't think. But this dude who gets the best bottles ever went a full January without having anything.
And he's like, I got stuff I'm gonna
he's gonna
pick
send
up
us,
from
like,
Benny's, and I'm gonna send you guys some
freaking,
stuff.
this is the Super Saiyan of
Right?
listeners right now.
He's the Supreme Kai.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that time I had to send him his bottles because he forgot them? He's overslept. Yeah. Tony, I remember that. I love Tony. Tony Bag of Donuts, my favorite name. You're the Super Saiyan of this episode.
There you go. This week's Super Saiyan.
Yeah. I'm still putting my hand on your
I
shoulder.
really hate it, dude. Stop.
What?
I don't.
We're friends. We're
No,
close.
I know, but
We're like brothers. We're like DJ Lances. I love this episode so much.
this is fine.
I
no,
love this episode.
please, God, stop.
What?
No, I don't
What?
want you to
I
do
love
it
this shirt.
anymore. I don't want you to do it anymore.
What?
No means no, dude.
Thanks, Tony. What?
Just because you had a creepy uncle doesn't mean that.
I didn't have a creepy uncle. I had a creepy boyfriend who punched me in the face. That wasn't my boyfriend. He was my other girlfriend's boyfriend thing. Don't worry about it. Go to Patreon. You know what? You want to hear about my...
We haven't even done tips and bits.
I was skipping way ahead.
Did you just not want to do tips and bits this week?
I don't know if I have any.
I do.
I have one.
I got a bunch.
A bunch?
Yeah, I got 4 that I
got one
lined up.
thing.
Okay.
You People on Netflix. Jonah Hill.
Oh, okay. I've not watched it yet.
It's a good movie. It's very awkward at times. I mean, it's about culture. It's about a white Jewish guy who falls in love with a black Muslim girl.
The way you looked at me when you said white Jewish guy was like,
No,
I am a white Jewish guy.
I know you're not that. But like, it's basically a romantic comedy where the families are going back and forth. His mom, it's the girl in Seinfeld.
Oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has some of the most cringy, awkward scenes, but like that's the point. Like,
Awesome.
She's like this Jewish mom who's like talking to her soon to be black daughter-in-law, and it's very awkward. Eddie Murphy is the dad, and he's like,
Oh, okay. It's that movie.
he's like doing the whole like Muslim thing.
Julia
and, like,
Louis-Dreyfus and Eddie Murphy in a movie together. That is a power move.
dude, I loved it. Like I was cringing at sometimes, and I was laughing. His job, like he quits his job to pursue his podcast. So there you go. And then there's
I got news, buddy.
there's the soundtrack and like the shoe, like they focus on shoes, which is I love shoes and stuff like that. Like it has my favorite Air Max 97s in it. It's a fun movie. It's got bad reviews because part of the people are like, "Oh, this is not how it would be," and the part of the people are like, "Why are you focusing on this?" Blah blah blah. Whatever. It's a good movie. It's funny. It makes you think, and it's a little awkward at times. And I highly recommend it.
I want to watch it.
I think
for
you
sure.
would enjoy it for sure.
I got a good movie, a bad movie, and a food.
A food. Okay, let's hear it.
I'll start with the food, actually.
If it's Taco Bell, I swear to God,
It is not Taco Bell.
Okay.
It's something that I was not anticipating liking as much as I do, but trying to be more like environmentally conscious at the very least. I've always said, not always, I've said recently over the past couple of years, if they come up with a way to create meat that acts, looks, tastes, smells 100% of the way just like meat, but is not, I would easily.
Didn't Burger King do that?
Oh, with the Impossible Whopper?
Yeah.
It was so good. I couldn't have told you that it wasn't a burger.
I've never had it, but I heard it.
It was
good.
absolutely fantastic. But within that same kind of realm, Just Egg.
Yeah.
JB Smoove does those commercials. I don't.
Yeah.
But it's a plant-based egg protein. It is indistinguishable from regular eggs. I had it on just a piece of toast with cheese
Ooh, that sounds good.
last week.
You didn't put anything sweet on it, though, right?
No.
Good. See?
What do you mean anything sweet? Why would I do that? Stop with the hand, man.
The McGriddle.
Oh, that's a completely different thing.
No, it's not.
It's absolutely a different
No,
thing.
you're putting sweet on egg and cheese.
No, it was spectacular. again, I just like, what are you doing? I had it within the context of like the dish or whatever, but I also like wanted to try. I had never tried it before. I wanted to try it separate from it being a part of everything. I mean, it tasted just like a scrambled egg.
That's what I need, because I'm trying to watch my cholesterol and sodium and everything, so I need a egg alternative.
Just egg, man.
Because I've been avoiding eggs just constantly.
Yeah. I love eggs. I could have eggs every meal.
You had egg on a burger, like one of those hangover
Oh,
burgers.
yeah.
Oh, so good.
Dude, that is my favorite burger.
Yeah.
Is burger.
Talk to me.
Patty.
Yeah.
Sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
An egg.
Keep going.
Fried green tomato.
Oh. Fried green tomatoes are amazing.
Now, I could get away with it just being burger, cheese, fried green tomato, and bacon.
Yeah.
But the egg is that perfect like addition to it. It
Over
makes that
easy. You bite into it and just runs, runs all over you.
Yeah.
Just that shot right on the mouth.
It adds that like
shot.
it adds that like sauce aspect to it too. Like I don't even need ketchup or mayonnaise or anything.
Not if you have the egg on it.
With that, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my ideal burger.
I'm hungry.
When I haven't eaten today.
You had a cookie.
Oh, that's true. When I was playing shows regularly, I would play at Natasha's downtown a lot. And there was one time that they had a special burger, and it was a hot brown burger.
Oh my God, I'd kill a hot brown right now.
And so every time after I had that, I asked the chef if he could make me a hot brown burger, because he always had like the ingredients on hand.
Yeah.
So that was always like my little thing.
Oh, that
Come
sounds so
and
good.
play at Natasha's. But yeah. Okay. So good movie, bad movie. I'll start with the bad movie. Actually, no, I'll start with a good movie. I watched Megan.
You did?
I did.
In the theaters?
No, I rented it on streaming.
Oh.
That was what I was able to do.
I'm getting ready to watch Infinity Pool.
What's that?
It's wild.
Yeah?
Cronenberg's son.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That a lot of body horror and shit. It may not be a recommend for people.
I am curious about it though,
Yeah.
so I'll wait
Anyway,
for your
Megan.
your review.
PG-13 though.
Yeah, a PG-13 horror movie. That is, it's not like overly terrifying. There's a little bit of body horror.
They cut away from everything,
but mostly, yeah. But there is a scene where a boy gets run over by a pickup truck.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery style.
But
Did you ever watch Pet Cemetery?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Little baby gets run over.
Yeah. But you see pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. I was spending a little bit of time just going like, I would rather this happen and that happen and everything. But Allison Williams is amazing. She's one of those kind of undiscovered or unrecognized, I think, actors on the market, on the scene right now. And she's incredible. She was in Get Out.
Yeah.
And something else too that I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't remember. They're making a sequel already.
Yeah, they are. Megan 2.0.
Recommend?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Would it be better if it was R?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna wait until it's free streaming, but I'm definitely watching.
I the way that I felt about it was like I was watching the made-for-TV edit.
Yeah.
You know, but that being, I mean, there wasn't like, you know, a cutaway from a graphic sex scene or anything. Like it was just it was a very toned down sense of a horror movie. But in that same aspect, I mean, a lot of it is very mentally taxing,
Yeah.
emotionally taxing.
Gotcha.
And it just kind of makes you cringe,
Yeah.
makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I recommend that. I talked about another movie that made me cringe and feel uncomfortable that I actually liked up until about the halfway point, and then it just really, really tanked. House of Gucci.
Oh, I've not watched that.
It's fine as a whole. Adam Driver and Lady Gaga are so good in it. But then you have Jared Leto
Oh, Lord. Morbius time.
as Adam Driver's cousin, Paolo Gucci. And it is like he is acting in a completely different movie.
Gucci.
A completely, like, devoid of all the context, devoid of everything that has happened before. It's so over the top. You can clearly tell that he is putting on this persona, this accent and everything. The makeup is not I mean, okay, I take that back. The makeup is actually pretty good for him. You can't really tell that it's him unless you really are paying attention to just like
Gotcha.
here,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
just the nose and eyes.
Yeah, that's Leto.
I don't know, man. I wanted to like this movie more than I did.
I
But
heard it was
it's-
a little too much.
Again, like the first half is great. It's a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
And then it just like falls apart and it becomes aimless and you don't even really know like why things are happening the way that they are. It's frustrating almost. And like every time that Jared Leto came on screen, I would either go, "Oh, come on," or I would just roll my eyes.
No.
It just could not make it through. Anyway, Jared Leto's a terrible actor. Stop giving him roles in things.
Gucci Adidas Gazelles, though.
I'm not seeing those.
Fire.
I'm going to look those up while you are letting people know.
You know what else is fire?
You know what else is Gucci?
Patreon.com /My Bourbon Podcast.
I'm not cutting out that silence. I want
What?
to leave that in because I
was
think
getting
that's
ready.
really
I was
funny.
getting ready for it, but patreon.com /My Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month. You can support the show, and at $5, you get all the uncut stuff, the uncut episode, the pregame chats, the Mutant Madness, the Porch from the Floor, the Simply Irresistible, and the What If episodes, which just launched this week.
Tim Biff.
And if you want to join in on Tim Bip Weekend 2023, patreon.com /My Bourbon Podcast is where you're going to get the first chance to get in on that for all the tastings and the exclusive pricings and all that stuff. That's where it's at. I could just end it right now and just be like, whatever. But
But you're a professional.
I'm a professional.
You've got a job to do.
Yeah. And there's an email.
You're the best at what you right. You're good at what you do, but what you do,
Isn't good.
it ain't good.
Yeah, because I'm Wolverine. But there's an email. This is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to send a suggestion, a comment, or just anything, send it there. Email. This is mybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to get some merchandise, bourbonshop.threadless.com. We'll probably have something new coming up close to the meetup time, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have at least one new thing
Yeah.
up on the shop.
At least one. Yeah. If you want to leave a barrel ring segment like Tony did, 859-428-8253, leave a message. We'll play it or reply to you. You're on the podcast. If you want to go to social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @MyBourbonPod. You can follow me @Whiskey Mutant. You can follow Perry on his personal stuff @PRitter1792. You can join the Facebook group. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group.
I always forget about the Facebook group
Yeah.
when I'm trying to recommend
Answer a
things.
few questions. We'll let you in. You'll get updates on shows. You can post memes, whatever you want to do. And then you can leave a review on your podcast app of choice, whether it's Apple or, well, Spotify only lets you give ratings, right?
Yeah.
But on Apple, you can leave a review. Any review helps. We prefer a 5-star. If you leave a 1-star, we'll read it too, and we'll probably troll you.
Yeah, but it doesn't really help us out.
No.
I mean, it does like work within the algorithm, but
Yeah.
that being said, I mean, 5-star ratings actually make people listen, and we actually have 2 new 5-star
2?
ratings this week.
Okay.
First one comes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, hey, who is it?
Oh well, the first one comes from Fish on Fly.
Fish on fly.
5 stars, solid pours and dudes.
Solid.
Solid, honest, and down to earth. And the second one is a 5-star review from Evan Pittsburgh. It's crazy they named that whole city after him.
The Stillers.
I wish I had a city.
I
named
bet
after
he
him.
owns the Stillers.
He said, "These guys, voices of angels.
These guys.
These guys."
These.
So if you want to have your review read out on the show, head to your podcast app of choice. I typically look at the Apple Podcast app.
Hold on.
for
these
reviews.
guys was the only thing he said?
These guys was the title.
Voices of Angels.
Voices of Angels was the
I thought
description.
that was the whole thing. Like, I love that.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, if you send us a review or review us on something else that we don't normally check, send me a screenshot or whatever so we can read it out on the show. And also, if you don't want it read out in the show, just let me know.
Yeah, we'll just say your name. Say my
We'll
name.
just say,
say my name. When
no one is around you, baby, I love you.
Beyonce,
Say my
we go.
name. Her tickets went on sale this week, apparently.
I'm sure they were $1 billion.
Yeah, so were the John Mayer tickets. Anyway,
Body is a wonderland.
we're going to...
Body is a wonderland. Sorry.
See you guys next week. Demi's not home, Mrs. Torres.
We'll see you next week. I'm the Whiskey Mutant. And this is the Pear Bear.
And... Jeez Louise, this is my bourbon podcast.
Until then.
No, we're done.
What?